What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wrenches in Motion, where if it ain't broke, I ain't buying it. And today is going to be part 2 of the 2011 RAV4. Some of the video, I had the music going. My brother Mike was down here helping me pull the transmission out. So I may have to either try to silence the whole sections that was in, or try to do a voiceover, which I've never done on a video before. So it may be something new to try, I guess, maybe, or I'll just leave it blank. I don't know yet. But anyway, here it is. We pulled the transmission out, had it rebuilt, and the guy that rebuilt it said sometimes the TCM could be causing the problem. The problem is random downshifts by itself. You step on the gas and it doesn't do nothing, and then all of a sudden it'll slam you back. So took the transmission down, had it rebuilt, put it back in, and that's coming up later in the video. Something I did notice though is this fender's pushed down, and it wasn't when I first bought it. So I don't know if the weight of the engine on the stand pushed it down or what, but we're going to try to beat that up someday before we get around to selling it. I just wanted to let you know that it did make it back. Somewhat under its own power. It wasn't happy, but it made it. So that being said, let's get into the video and get this transmission out, and then I think I'm going to add putting the transmission back in too, see if we can get those two videos into one, and I might even throw the driving it back from South Carolina video in there. Let's do that. Let's make all three just one big video, and then we'll be at a stopping point for now because I have a feeling it's going to be towed back down to South Carolina again. So we gave the RAV a little wash last night. Got rid of all the bird poop in the front. And we vacuumed out the inside. Looks pretty good. This piece here is all roughed up, but I'm not going to fix that, I don't think. I think we're just going to sell it just the way it is. So we come to the back, and I got the spare tire cover off. And when I did that, the two bolts that I thought I was going to have to buy fell out. So let's get this spare tire out off of here and check in here and see if we can get the bolts back in, and hope we don't have to go buy some inserts or something like that. I don't know what Toyota uses, but, and just like that, a little zip, and spare tire carrier's back on. We'll take that every day of the week. So we'll go ahead and wash behind here, get that all nice and clean, put spare back on, and the cover is going to need some work. The zipper's messed up right here, and as I was trying to do that, I pulled a bunch of the stitching out. So I'm gonna take it somewhere tomorrow and drop it off, and hopefully they can restitch it, or if they have to put a new zipper in it or whatever they have to do to fix it, let them fix it, and then carry on with the rest of it. We got this bracket for the battery hold down, positive, negative. Bunch of hoses, like 11 star goes there. Okay, that's not gonna be too hard. Got our MAP sensor thing there. Okay, that's not gonna be too bad. We can get that easy enough. And of course, to get the battery bracket out, the bolt's under here, so we gotta take this whole piece of plastic off. After the airbox, and then we got two bolts down here. Hopefully that's all that holds this piece in. There's probably one going sideways, but we'll see. Okay, so if anybody knows how to get a Toyota starter out, let me know, because you can't back it up because it hits that. And maybe I could take that whole clip off. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, Mike just took the bolt out for that bracket, which holds the shift cable, and it also held this harness, but we're not going to worry about that anymore. So as long as we got the shift cable off of there, we're golden. And we broke the vent, of course, you know.
Tony did.
Yep. Yeah, here we are. This morning, actually, I was able to put the torque converter all the way in. So I decided to slide it up under here. And looks like we got plenty of clearance. So the next step is to lift up the jack, see if we can get the trans onto the dowels, and then start putting a couple trans bolts in to hold it. And then we can work on the torque converter bolts. But what I wanted to do first was lower it down, because the jack only goes so high, and when you get it up high it really wants to wiggle back and forth. So hopefully this will help us so we don't have to raise it so high and have some stability and be able to pop this thing in. So I'm getting excited now for sure. And I gotta take the new bumper. Oh, I didn't show you that. Or maybe I did show you it. Anyway. Yeah, new bumpers back here. That's gotta go to Mako today. See if they can get it painted for me. And if not, then I'll just paint it myself as usual. And yeah, I got the new rotor, the new axle for the driver's side, because that's the one that we had to break the axle apart at the CV joint in order to get the transmission out. Yeah, I'm not sure I recorded it, but the starter was a real pain in the butt to get out. Seemed like the clip was in the way and there was something else in the way I couldn't get at the bolt. So starter's going to go in. I got this nice little flex socket which works really well. And while we are getting places, I wanted to take you on a look under here. This is one of our trans cooler lines. As you can see, we've got the old Mason wasp again coming in here, filling up our hose with larvae and dead bugs. So we're going to take this off of here, blow out this rubber hose here, hopefully get that all nice and clean. Actually, I'm going to take it off here also, and I've got a can of Cooler Clean, which cleans the transmission cooler, and I'm going to spray that in there and come out the other side and hopefully have a nice clean transmission cooler so that we can not contaminate our new fluid. Okay, in our quest to get more done, we installed the side mount, and we got rid of the apparatus we had holding the engine up, so that's all solid. Now I need to get underneath and do the back mount, which is not going to be fun. And then I think I could put the front piece on, and maybe the side pieces, I'm not sure, part of that K-member. The front mount's got to go on, so that'll be fun. Oh yeah, and flush the cooler out. So maybe I'll flush the cooler out first. But first thing I gotta do is I gotta jack it up higher because it's way too short. I don't have enough room to work under there. So without a lift, you gotta do what you gotta do. So for me, that's jacking it up and putting the big jack stands under it. Hang on. Okay, another bit of another dilemma. They told me $350 to paint the bumper. So I said, no thanks, I'll do it myself. And I just got all the supplies, and it's $230 for the supplies. So I probably could have just went ahead and had them do it, but I kind of want to get this thing done this weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, and I think I can paint it Sunday and Monday. Okay, we're going to end for the night. That bracket's in, the back bracket's in, the front bracket is sitting there. It's in, but I've got to run the lines first, so that's going to have to wait. Same thing with the front and the side pieces of the K-member. That's going to wait until I get the axles in. Once I get the axles in, then I think we can do the pipes, and then maybe throw some wheels on, drop it down? No, we can't. Because we got to get it started and then shift through the gears. Nice and soft. And then once we do that a few times, then we need a scanner with the transmission adaptation data. So hopefully Rob's around. If not, then I got to buy a scanner and wait for it to come in, which is going to take, a few days, so this will just be sitting, especially on a Labor Day weekend. So the front bumper was trashed. I know on the driver's side, like the clips were missing. So what I did is I went and I bought this bumper, non-painted of course, and brought it to Mako, and they said a certain price to paint it, and I said no, that's too expensive. So I went and I bought all the painting supplies, which is only $100 cheaper than what it would have cost to have Mako just do it. So probably not a smart decision there, but I get to do something I really like to do, and that's paint. Alright, so we've got some Shopline JP355, which is the sealer. And we've got the 301, which is the hardener. We got the 506, which is the reducer. And then we're gonna have some, I just got some ready to spray. I don't know why. It's color 040 super white. And then we've got the clear and the hardener for the clear. And same reducer obviously for the clear. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to check out the gun. Well, that was something else actually. So I did manage to get some sealer on it, and yeah, we're gonna have to wet sand that. That is bumpy as all get out. So we'll throw wet sand on there before we go ahead and do the color. One thing I will have to say is, before you start painting, if you change all of your air fittings, like I went to these blue ones, make sure you change your paint gun before you mix up your paint and throw in there. Otherwise it's going to be a hurry up and change it, and hopefully the paint doesn't start curing inside the gun. So I got that done. We'll be wet sanding that probably probably tomorrow. Well, after what seemed like an eternity. Not really, but yeah, it's back together. Battery's hooked up. And let's give it a start and see if the trans starts whining like crazy like it did before. Oh, listen to that. Is that perfectly quiet? Oh, I love it. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in reverse and then drive. And we're going to let it cycle through all the gears nice and soft. And once that's done, we'll shut it down. Louis bringing his scanner over, so we'll see if his can do the trans adaptation. If not, then I'm going to have to wait till I can order a scanner. But I think even if this goes okay, what I'm going to do is just park it out in the front, like just idle it, not even put any. And it looks like we got some oil burning off. There's nothing leaking, so that's good. Oh yeah, it's coming off the exhaust. Okay, no big deal. Awesome, I like it. Let's do this. Okay, so we got the RAV4 at the transmission shop. Hopefully they're gonna fix the transmission where it shifts right and everything. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to wet sand the bumper. And oh, that still looks bad. Yeah, when I sprayed the sealer on it, I don't know what was going on with the paint gun, but it applied it not very smooth. I think I had too much paint and not enough air pressure, so it kind of blobbed it on. So we're working on sanding that off, trying to make it nice and smooth. Before I paint the base coat on, I've got another bumper in the green thing way over there, and I'm going to spray a little bit on there and make sure I get the mist and the pattern right, and then I'll go ahead and shoot this. Alright, it's just a short time later. We got all the initial sanding done, and now I'm just going through, feeling every inch of the bumper, and if there's a rough spot like right here, we're going to hit that. It's all nice and smooth. I've already gone through and resanded all this down here. A little bit rough right there, so we'll touch that up. But this is all the prep phase. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm sure you already know, the longer you take and the more meticulous you are with this step, then the next step of painting and clearing, all that's going to be easy. But if you do a crap job here and you rush it and you leave it all rough, you're not going to be able to sand that paint out to make it smooth. So do yourself a favor, and if you're doing this, take your time, feel every inch of it, sand it 2 or 3 times, get it perfectly smooth, walk away, come back an hour later, re-wet it, go ahead and feel it again, and make sure you got everything. As I'm sitting here sanding, I just had a thought, not that you guys really need to know, but when my dad was building remote control boats, I remember him spending hours in the living room sanding the bottoms to make sure they're absolute glass. I don't have to get that perfect, but just the memories come flooding back of him doing that. And here I am sitting here wet sanding. Since it's nice out and not real windy, we're going to wipe this down and shoot some color on this. I don't know if we'll get a chance to clear it, but we'll get some color on it. I've got to tarp up the 280 SEL so that doesn't get paint on it. Anything else I don't really care about. So, alright, so I just got the RAV4 back. I drove from Columbia, South Carolina up to Suffolk, Virginia. Notice we're not going anywhere. hit the hazards real quick. It was doing okay, and now all of a sudden it decides it doesn't want to go. $90 miles an hour up here, that was fine, and now nothing. All right, we're back in drive. Let's see if we can go now. Absolutely nothing. All right, shut it off. Turn it back on. I mean, that's punched over there. Right now we're going. We're coming up to the turn. Battery's about to die in the camera, so hopefully we can get through the turn. I don't know how it's going to act, but we're going to give her a shot here real quick. And let's see what happens. Let's see how it's going to act. When I got off the interstate, it would rev and then catch and chirp the tires, so let's see what this does. Jeez, freaking nothing. All of a sudden it grabs. I had it to the floor and it wasn't moving. And all of a sudden, ouch. God, can you feel that? We just downshifted. Ouch. I know you can hear it. It's floored. Alright, this thing's freaking broken. Great, now it's downshifting again, acting crazy. I'm just trying to get it home now. Okay, if I make it home, which is only about another 1.5 miles, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it running, and I'm going to get the scanner, and I'm going to throw the scanner on it and see what it says. This is crazy. I really wanted to like this thing. I was really hoping that transmission rebuild was going to fix it and I was going to fall in love with it, but I'm supposed to get tires put on tomorrow. I just bought them, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Maybe I'll call and cancel everything. God, I'm so freaking angry. Read the VIN, that'll tell me everything. Well, it'll tell it everything. Okay, nice. Two-wheel drive. I'm gonna say without a smart key. Okay, sure, sounds good. I really just want to do the transmission. You guys are coming along for the ride. Diagnosis, maybe control unit? No. Okay, let's just do auto scan. Scan everything. I wonder what the engine is. I know we got TPMS faults. There's no sliding roof. Cruise control works, I know that. Air conditioner does not work. Maybe low on Freon. Oh, come on, camera battery. Engine, what's it saying? Come on, show me. Well, yes, I know it controls the trans. P0776 again. Isn't that perfect? Well, what a way to end a video with a transmission that's still acting up. The P0776 code, that's what I had originally. And when I took the transmission down to get rebuilt, I will give the guy credit. He did say that sometimes the TCM will cause these problems. And the TCM is part of the ECM, so I got to replace the whole thing. He's looking for one now. I found a new one for like $700. I really don't want to buy a new one, but that may be what it takes. So as we leave off this video, here's where we're at with the RAV4. The bumper's still not done. I've still got a little bit more wet sanding to do, and then try to shoot the color on it again, because the first time, once again, something with the compressor. I'm not sure it can supply enough air to feed the paint gun. So we'll have to get a bigger compressor or something, figure out something for that. I should have just taken it to Mako and paid him the money to do it. But I didn't, so we're kind of stuck with that. Still got to try to bang that fender up so that looks decent again. And who knows, maybe one day we'll have a good running RAV4 that I can sell. So that is the plan, and we will see what happens. Until then, I will talk to you guys next time.